Hi, YouTube. Oh, you know what? Ryan's muted. Sorry about that. Hey, we're back.
Oh, wow.
Well, it did this weird thing
Katrin really
where
didn't want to hear my
some
thoughts
weeks
tonight.
it puts everybody through one channel, and then some
Yeah.
weeks it puts you in your separate ones. And this week it decided to put in everybody in separate ones, so I have to readjust.
Ooh.
And
Some weeks we just want to mute you.
That's okay.
Mute.
Meow, meow, meow.
I get to-
Anyways, are we ready to start?
yes, I think so.
All
Let me
right.
check one more time. We are recording on Skype. I think we're ready.
Yes. All right, here we go. Hold on.
Your yawns out.
Meow, meow. Okay, here we go. 3, 2. Hello and welcome to iamGEEK. This is episode 244. I'm Ryan, joined by my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin.
Hey-o.
And Ray Chase is back with us tonight, so that must mean a round table is happening.
Ooh.
With 4 people.
With 4 people.
The pointiest round table.
Yes, the 4 corners of the circle. We're going to talk
That
about...
sounds like something Thor would say in this movie.
Yes.
Love it.
We're talking about Thor, Love, and Blunder. I mean, Thor, Love, and Thunder tonight.
Come on, man.
This is going to be a very divided table tonight because half of us like the movie. I don't know if they would say they love the movie, but they said they like the movie. And then half of us did not like the movie at all. So there's going to be some fiery debates. Chris is going to throw things. You know, take his hat and throw it on the ground.
You're gonna be summoning Mew Mew.
Meow meow.
Mjolnir.
You say it the way you want to, and I will say it the way I want to.
You say potato, I say meow meow.
Meow meow. But first, Comic Palooza is happening this weekend.
What?
July 15th through 17th. Friday through Sunday. Friday night is like a kickoff party type thing. There's going to be professional wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling. There's going to be a dance party.
Whoop, whoop.
And there's going to be werewolves running around.
Ultimate werewolf, yes.
Ultimate werewolf. Wow. I think that's like Mafia, if I'm correct.
It's a game of sorts.
It's a game. It's a movie too now. It's a good movie, actually.
Yeah, I've heard it's very fun.
Werewolves Among Us.
Oh yeah, I love that movie. That movie was fun.
There you go.
But you remember the game Mafia?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it is that what this game's like?
I mean, you could go and find out.
Okay, so you don't know. No, okay.
I don't remember. We looked at it last year because they did it last year too. Go ahead.
Isn't it everybody puts their heads down
in the village,
and then somebody is the werewolf and they kill somebody?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like Mafia.
Yeah.
Just like Mafia. Right. Except for a Mafia person killing someone, it's a werewolf. So it's going to be that game. Is there anything else happening on Friday night, or is that it?
Wrestling, dance party, werewolf, and baseball.
Well, that's not with Comic Palooza.
There is
so
an
if
Astros
you
game.
are going Friday night, be aware that there is a baseball game going right next door, basically.
Yep.
So parking is going to be limited.
You can prepay.
You can prepay parking.
Yep.
I have been down there during baseball games because I've been to baseball games down there, and it can get crowded and traffic crazy really fast. So just be aware of that for Friday night. And then I think there's a game Saturday, but it's like in the afternoon. So just try to get there before.
Yeah.
No one likes baseball.
Playing the Oakland A's, so I don't keep up with enough to know if that's any good, but who knows?
I don't.
I guess they're better than the Oakland Bees.
That is true. They're the A team.
Yeah. So there will be a lot of people in cosplay. There will be people dressed up as comic book characters, Star Wars characters, and baseball players. So
there you go.
Okay.
It's cosplay around. I had a friend that said something about I don't understand how, people dress up as characters though. It doesn't make any sense to me. And he's a big sports guy. And I'm like, do you wear a jersey when you go to a sporting event? Oh yeah, I always wear my favorite player. So
Paint your
basically,
face.
you're cosplaying as your favorite character or your favorite player, and they goes, "Oh, never thought about it like that." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Nerd, you big nerd."
Sports nerd.
That is why we are called I Am Geek, the show for the geek, and all of us, because deep down we're all geeks. We all
Oh,
geek out
y'all.
about something, whether it's comic books or movies or TV or sports or something. We all geek out about it. So I don't know if I'll be there. I know you guys won't be there Friday. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to be there Friday just because of the traffic situation. I don't know if I want to
Go
do that.
after 7 o'clock, maybe. The game starts at 7:10, so maybe go after that.
That's true.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
But come on down. Take an Uber.
Yeah, come on down. But we will definitely be there on Saturday
Yes.
and Sunday.
Yes.
Yes, we were actually staying at a hotel down there, all fancy.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Where all the people stay.
Yeah, we hobnobbing with all this people, celebrities.
We hope.
Yeah.
But we'll be there Saturday with our live show on 4 o'clock on Saturday on the main floor near the it's like the Mex arena or whatever, where they're gonna have, I think, the battle bot things, not battle bots, but the robots that are battling, whatever that looks like. Robotica, thank you. And then we're right beside Ming Chen's booth, along with, who's that guy I told you today? Esposito. What's the guy's name that's gonna be there? He's a YouTuber.
Esposito.
What was it again?
I don't know.
I think you said
Yeah, that's what his last name. But he's a YouTuber that talks a lot about retro games and just gamings over history. So he's going to do, I think, a panel somewhere, and he'd be pretty cool to talk to. He'll have a booth set up. You can Tyler Esposito, thank you, and you can probably get your picture made with him if you want to, and talk to him.
You can get your picture made with us,
and you can get your picture made with us.
Yeah, except for Chris. Unless you buy a ticket for Chris beforehand.
No, I'm just going to be appearing in everyone's picture.
Oh,
that's in the background.
Benefit.
I'm searching them out and just jumping in the back.
That would work.
And we're going to be doing a lot of stuff, hopefully on the floors. I did get a little microphone in that I think I can hook to my phone that we can go around and interview people if we want to. So we can just walk around and be those people.
So, hey, you want to talk to us? And then we go, no.
Tell us what you're wearing.
Good talk.
Not much of anything.
That's the guys.
Yeah, it's mostly the guys.
And then Sunday, we'll, at least one of us, or maybe more of us, will be part of a Star Wars panel, Star Wars Celebration panel at 2 o'clock. I should know this.
Sorry. Yes. Somewhere around 2 o'clock, we'll be talking about Star Wars.
Yes. So who? Yeah, I really don't know. I'm gonna bring kyber crystals. I hope.
Yeah.
Hope I remember to bring my kyber crystals. I got so much stuff to bring. I got a box in today from Catron stuff to bring, which was open when it arrived. Just so you know. Yeah, the box was open on my. I know it was an Amazon box. I was like, "What did I order from Amazon, and why is it open?"
Yikes! I hope it.
Yeah.
Did I tape it back? No, I know I did, because they put the sticker on it to send it. So because I did have to open it to work on something and then tape it back and send it. So there's a couple things in there. So.
Oh, there's a couple things in there.
Yeah. They're supposed to. They're kind of hidden. So some of them are wrapped in like Amazon packages inside, and then the one thing's wrapped in the Amazon bag. So hopefully the Amazon bag, the gift bag.
The Amazon bag is in there.
Okay,
I'll have to check. You'll have to tell me later what everything else is.
Well, they're gifts for you actually that I made for you. So it doesn't matter if they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look.
They were like those Amazon envelopes, the bubble wrap things. So.
Okay, I'll look because the box was open. Yeah.
Why would it be open? That's so crazy because it's like
it looked like somebody stepped on it. To be honest,
that sucks. Oh, stinks.
And it was open.
Yeah. Check the gun out for me, please, if you don't mind.
The gun is in there.
But okay, we can.
The blaster is.
I think I know why it was open.
Yeah.
Make sure the bomb is still working.
The Nintendo blaster is in there.
Make sure the plutonium is intact and not leaking.
Gee whiz, we'll talk later.
Anyways, all right. So yeah, so that's coming up this weekend.
This weekend.
And tonight, though, we're talking about. This might be a short episode. This might be a long episode. I'm not sure. It depends on how fiery we get, because we are getting ready for Comic Palooza, so we got a lot to do. We're going to talk about Thor: Love and Thunder, and we're going to briefly talk about Ms. Marvel, because Ray has not seen it, so we don't want to spoil it for him.
I can just take my headphones off.
Yeah, just sit
back
there
in my chair and think about stuff.
Contemplate life.
So, Thor: Love and Thunder. This was a really busy week for me, getting ready for Comic Palooza, getting Kyber crystals shipped out, house stuff. So I took the time to go see Thor, because I knew Katrin had actually seen a movie before any of us, which was amazing.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then Chris saw it, and I'm like, okay, and my wife saw it before me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So I was like, I've got to go see it. So and our mom wanted to go see it. So I'm like, oh, let's go on a Tuesday, because it's like cheap tickets and we can just go. Before we get into it, so my brother, who I think knows me, and Katrin, who I think knows me, and my wife, who definitely knows me and what I like and what I dislike, none of them told me, be prepared for this movie. None of them said, hey, just I know you don't like certain kinds of movies. Be prepared for this movie, because hey, it's a certain kind of movie. Nobody told me. So I went in thinking, Thor Ragnarok, just how that was. So that's probably why I'm going to go where I'm going to go down this path.
I didn't think your fear of goats would really cause that big of a problem for you.
I don't have a fear of goats.
Clearly, you don't know him, Chris.
Yeah, clearly.
I guess not.
You don't know me. All right, so let's do what we usually do. Just what did, which you probably understand. I already know what I think. What did everybody think, of the movie overall? And we know what Chris is going to say. Yeah, it was good.
You don't know that?
All right, why don't you go ahead and go ahead.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
It's good. It's good. No, I enjoyed myself. I didn't. I mean, it wasn't like a jaw dropper or anything, but I kind of went in expecting it would be more comedic this time. So I've seen more Taika Waititi stuff since Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Good
Like,
job. Good job pronouncing the name.
Yeah, well, Taika Waititi, Mjolnir.
Meow meow.
Very
Yeah.
But and all his stuff does very lean into comedy,
Yeah.
like What We Do in the Shadows and Our Flag Means Death, and especially after Our Flag Means Death, it was like, yeah, this is pretty much, this is what Thor's going to be. So I don't know, went in expecting that. So it was just kind of a fun little summer movie for me.
Oh, okay.
I liked it. I had a blast. I went by myself, and there were I sat near some people that were getting into it as well, and I enjoyed it for what it was, just a funny movie. It was silly. Of course, I'm this guy that loves Pee Wee Herman too, right? So it's like it's right up my alley. But it just had a lot of funny moments and just over the top, right? And in some ways, and I'm sure it had its moments. I don't remember things I didn't like about it necessarily that well, but but I had fun with it. I think the important thing was didn't really have a lot of expectations for it, and I hadn't seen the trailer in a while to know enough about what was going on, right? So it was just fun to me. So
All right. Ray.
I was super stoked going in. And this is maybe more for the YouTube people who might be watching, but I started the movie like this, and I was like, it started kind of like this.
Scratching his chin for the listeners.
And then it was this.
Rubbing his forehead for the listeners.
And then it was
And now stretching his face.
Let's go.
He left. Oh no.
Yeah, it was. I was profoundly disappointed. I mean, I know Tycho, his sense of humor. Our flag means death. Super funny. I think you can have humor in a movie and it can be smartly written. I feel like they went total parody and just juvenile nonsense, and it was just nonsense after nonsense after nonsense. Thor is so dumb. They made him so dumb. I think I told Chris, I was like, they turned him into Kronk, and then I think that's actually an insult to Kronk. It was just, there was stuff that I liked. There was elements that I liked, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Oh no, wait, now we're veering back into doing SNL gags, and I was just profoundly disappointed. I was really hoping for something super cool, and instead it was just a bunch of half-baked ideas that when you start to really think about them, it's like, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense, and that didn't make a lot of sense, and why did they spend so much time focusing on this gag when they could have been fleshing some stuff out? Disney Plus for sure. I wish I hadn't given them my money.
Yes. I'm just glad I went on a cheap night, instead of like a full price night.
That was part of it for me too. I had a free ticket, so I really didn't care.
How could you not enjoy yourself if you had a free ticket?
That was probably part of it.
To me, it was like, how do I explain it? It was like there was two people writing the movie. Mm-hmm. There was one person that was really depressed, and he's like, I'm going to write this sad story about death and dying and stuff. And then there was another guy that worked, like you said, for SNL that's like, let's throw in a bunch of gags. It's going to be great. So we have cancer, we have dying, we have sadness, and then let's throw in a screaming goat from 10 years ago or whatever. Yes, let's do that. Yeah. Yay. To me, it was like two movies or two writers that just didn't talk to each other, and then they each wrote their own part, and then they took it to the director and he slapped them together, and this is what came out.
Well, and the thing with that, and I guess we should say spoilers, because there's going to be lots of spoilers. We're just kind of jumping in, but I mean, I really like Jane as Thor, and the bit about she has cancer and so forth. It is a bummer and so forth, but I feel like, okay, well, that's how she's going to get drawn to the hammer, and the hammer is going to make her better and this and that. Yeah. And they kind of ham-fisted how that all went down. They could have really done that in a much more elegant way. But then you find out that the hammer that Thor had magically bestowed the task of keeping her safe is actually killing her faster. And I was like, okay, well then I think I know where they're going with this. They're going to mirror the first Thor, where Thor went out, he had no powers, and he was like, I'm going to face the robot, and it's probably going to kill me. And by doing so, he proved that he was worthy, and he got all his powers back. I was like, that's what they're going to do here. She's going to take the hammer one last time, knowing that it's going to kill her. She's going to help save the day, and her eternal reward is going to be having the power of Thor forever. Nope, your reward is you're dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, then what was the point of any of this? I mean, we just watched all this just to watch you die anyway?
Okay.
Maybe because I knew a little bit about the comics going into it. They're pulling from that. I kind of knew the storyline. That in the comics, she does get cancer, and then she gets drawn to the hammer. And the hammer in one way makes her better, heals her, but it also is kind of sapping her human strength for the transformation. So she's not able to fight the cancer when she turns back human as well. And so it's a big give and take. And then by the end of it, she makes a big sacrifice for a battle and uses up all her power, and she dies. So I kind of knew that going into it, but also in the comics, which they could still do. It all depends on, I think, on Natalie Portman, whether she wants to do more or not. She does come back. She goes in the comics. She goes to Valhalla, and then Odin actually resurrects her, but he's no longer around. He's dead too. But they showed her in Valhalla, so Odin would be there. So I mean, there's a way to bring her back as the mighty Thor for future. And I think that all depends on Natalie Portman, but I really don't think she'd want to do more necessarily. So
I don't know. I mean, and that's all fine. It's just, maybe have it happen over a couple movies. I mean, to have it all just get squished into one where we're going to do her origin story, she goes on a adventure, and she's dead. It just, I don't know. I was kind of hoping it was going to end with, like, okay, well, now her and Thor, they're going to be like this Thor couple, and they're going to do Thor things together, and she didn't die in glorious battle. I mean, she just laid there dying in his arms of cancer.
Sure.
The battle was still kind of
The battle was over.
The
kid army vanquished all the monsters.
Well,
I think Ryan locked up.
I think he did.
Or you just
no, he just.
Oh, he was just in. He was.
No, my
Couldn't believe it.
There you are.
my mic just stopped.
We hear you.
We hear
Oh
you.
wait, there it is.
There
Okay,
you are.
Right.
I started doing that weird thing.
There you are.
5, 6, 25 minutes.
Sorry.
The kid thing. Yeah, it was silly. But I feel like that was definitely for the kids in the audience. At the same time, it's like, well, it's not necessarily a kids movie, but they're still kind of going for kid views.
But that was the weird thing. It's like
weird.
tonally, it was kind of all over the place because 1 minute they're doing like just bits. I mean, you guys remember the Team Thor, right? When Thor was like living with that guy Daryl, and he was during like the Civil War.
He was in the movie. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the guy showing them Mjolnir, the broken Mjolnir. He was the tour guide.
How funny. But I kind of feel like they were like, oh, that's a great idea. We should do that in the movie. We should just have, it just be like this wacky, goofy, thing. And it's like, I mean, it's funny when it's, the Team Thor thing, or when Jimmy Kimmel hires Doctor Strange for a kid's birthday party. I don't want to see that in a movie. I mean, I just, I want it to be like an adventure. And like so many times they stop the movie to do a bit where they're playing the Enya music and doing all this weird flashback stuff, and it's just like, what is happening? What am I watching? I mean, and then like, the axe comes walking in. I mean, oh, Storm Chaser. I wasn't looking at you, I was. Are they gonna start talking? Are you gonna put googly eyes on them next? And I mean, I'm like,
Oh, don't worry, that comes later in the movie.
that's gonna be in the 5th one. I don't know.
No, that comes at the end with Love or whatever her name is.
Oh, the kid that they gave him out of nowhere.
She draws on meow meow. So yeah, I was hoping, like, I think everybody wanted to see the adventures of Thor and the Guardians, and it was like start of the movie. Hey, well, it's good seeing you.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys.
I think a lot of wanted to get him away from them as fast as possible.
Yeah, I think a lot of stuff in this movie, the good stuff that people really wanted to see, happened off screen. Like the God Butcher, he's going around killing these gods in these crazy ways, but that's happening off screen. So we're not gonna show that. We're not gonna show the mighty Thor become mighty Thor. She's just gonna appear, and I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I was just like, okay, well, I guess we have to.
You gotta have time for the screaming goats, man. That's what everyone came to see.
I guess.
I was there.
I liked the screaming goat.
I thought they were fun.
No, they were funny.
No, I laughed at them. Like,
yeah, I laughed at them.
I
laughed at
like, is this the best movie we can make here?
And I can see a little bit where you could get irritated with all the humor because it kind of went over the top, right? But it's because they took. Ragnarok was a success, and a lot of people say that's the best Thor movie, right? Because it had the right amount of humor and story, and so they said, hey, people really love the humor, and they took it and just made it crazy, right? Yeah. So I can see where it could be annoying. I mean, again, it all goes back to how you viewed the the movie, the
Mew.
and what you were expecting, and
Yeah.
what you really
I would
wanted.
have been. I think I would have been okay with all the comedy and all the goofiness if at the same time they're not trying to tell this story of death and dying and all this stuff. When you put those two together, that's where it got me when I was just like, this is just not working.
That's where the tones were just clashing heads, because you can't have Thor be like just completely an idiot in one scene and then have him having these deep, serious conversations with Jane the next, because it's like you're like two different guys now. You know? I mean, at the beginning of the movie, I mean, this is the guy that Odin taught a lesson to, because one day you're going to be the king. And you're just like out there like doing your bro stuff and like wrecking this civilization's temple, and you can thank me later. Ha 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 ha. Next adventure. What else can I trash? Bring me some grog. It's like, who are you? You're not even the same character that was in that first movie. I mean, you're calling the Rainbow Bridge inside of a structure that blows a hole in it. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, what are you doing? Why are you doing dumb stuff? I don't know. It was just, for me, it was painful to watch, because like every time he would do something, I'd be like, oh, of course, another idiotic Thor thing, because he's so dumb.
Maybe it wasn't Thor. It was a scroll.
I'm hoping the whole movie was just all Krog, or Korg, just getting everything wrong, and they're going to be like, oh, Korg. And the next one will be like, oh, Korg, be quiet. That's not how it happened.
In the comics, Tony Stark does build a mechanized Thor, because Thor's no longer around. So it's called Ragnarok. Maybe it's him.
There you go.
There we go.
But you brought up a good point, though. It's like Korg is telling the story about everything, right? So it's almost like it fits, because he's crazy, right? The stories he tells are just hilarious, and the things he does are hilarious. So it kind of fits, and maybe he embellished things telling the story, the retelling of all that happened, and
that's fine if it's a 30-minute Christmas special or something. But it's like, this is a movie, man. I don't want to see Korg's wacky memory story time with Korg.
Korg movie.
The thing with Thor's characterization, I see where you're saying, right, but at the same time, I can almost see it to where, like, yeah, he was very childish, does whatever he wanted to, learned a lesson, and everything's great. But then he loses, like, his girlfriend dumps him, his father dies, his mother dies, his brother dies, and so you can almost see someone kind of losing themselves in that, and then just enveloping themselves in just stupidity, and just like trying to make themselves feel better, and just kind of like hide all that down. So
but you got to show that journey. You can't just like reason it away. I mean,
you kind of see it a little bit, like but it happens over several movies, like Infinity War and Endgame and everything. You can see he's hit rock bottom, and he's just playing video games and doing all that stuff, and just doesn't really care anymore, and just drinking beer and throwing stuff around, and it kind of picks up. I feel like it picks up like after that, because they save the day, but at the same time he's still depressed, and so he goes on this just big space galactic journey where I'm gonna go have fun with my new friends, and they're gonna be my friends, but he doesn't still quite feel like they're his friends or anything, and so he's still kind of pushing people away. But at the end of this movie, it's like he almost is coming back to that more responsible, because of getting the daughter and everything, and reconciling with Jane. So it's rough, but I can kind of see where they were going with it.
I feel like that is major reading between the lines.
I don't know. I feel like that's what they were trying to do.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, like you said, like it just didn't
it didn't come across. Yeah, it didn't. They didn't handle it well.
Yeah, and then some of it's choices and execution, and some things, if that's what they were trying to get across, then they could have executed it a whole lot better. I kind of thought, I liked his interaction with the Guardians in Infinity War, and I feel like there was like real humor with that group, and him calling Rocket Rabbit and getting things wrong, and him just being instantly the alpha male on the ship, and Star-Lord being threatened and whatnot. And I feel like there was some really nice stuff there that I was expecting in this one. And I don't know, did everybody have like a line? Did Drax say anything? Did Mantis say anything? Can you remember?
Mantis did.
It's
did because she's like, yeah, let's shoot them.
That was her only line.
I think everybody had
Drax,
one
I don't
line.
think Drax.
It
I don't know if
just
Drax.
felt
I think
like
he did. Yeah, I think
really
there was something.
They rushed through it all. And I was reading some stuff online, and people were saying that it's kind of like when Joel Schumacher directed Batman Forever, and it was like you had the two Tim Burton movies. It was very dark. It was a really dark color palette. It was like super serious and all this. And then he came in with Batman Forever, got a little bit more colorful, a little bit more lighthearted, and so forth. Had a little bit more humor, and people were like, "Yeah, that's kind of nice. That's kind of a different change of pace." And I feel like Warner Brothers then was like, "On the next one, do whatever you want." And then he did Batman and Robin, and everybody was like, "Whoa, too much, too much. You went way overboard." And I feel like that's what happened here. It's like, visually awesome. There were some awesome visuals. There were some awesome action scenes. But yeah, it was just kind of like, and then I start reading where, we had 4 hours of footage, but we had to cut a whole lot of stuff out. Most of that was jokes. I'm like, really? Most of that was jokes, huh? Woo! Not a whole lot of actual content then. But,
Speaking of Batman, there was one time when Christian Bale went into the Batman voice. I feel like I was like, "I'm Batman," because he was said it really deep, and I was like, "Oh man, what is happening here?" But,
yeah, they did like a little tonal shift on him too when he was doing the weird, Mr. Rogers thing with the kids. I was like, "What is happening?" Because he was so cool coming out of the shadows and being creepy and all of this, and then he's like, "Hey kids, so let me sit down and talk to you a little bit about death." I was like, what? He's suddenly the Grinch or something. I don't know. I was like, again, it's like, what movie are you from? Or whose idea was this? There was just a lot of that where it just kind of felt like things didn't connect real well. So.
sure.
Yay. All right, let's talk about something different. Or, the movie, but.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, let's talk about New Asgard and what it has become, because I thought that was sort of funny. So it's basically become like this tourist destination, amusement park, and they have, which is sort of ridiculous, because if you think about this world that they live in, they have the Infinity Cone ice cream shop, which the Infinity gauntlet is something that killed half of everybody, and now it's an ice cream shop name, which is sort of funny but also sort of weird if you live in that
tragedy.
If you live in that world.
You can eat your ice cream out of an Infinity Gauntlet and remember when Daddy was gone for 5 years.
Yeah. Which supposedly they're making that in real life. It's going to be in one of the Infinity Cones. I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. I can't.
Taika Waititi?
Taika. Let it slip. There's a video of them on set, and he said, "Oh yeah, I got the info. This is actually going to be in one of the parks.
Nice.
The Infinity Codes." And he wasn't supposed to say that, but it could be him just being him.
Yeah.
That would be fun in the parks because we
be
didn't
fun
get
in the
left
parks.
away.
Yeah.
I mean, the Stones brought everybody back too. So
yeah, very important.
There you go. Had it been the bread one, had it been the Iron Man one, I could feel better about that.
Yeah.
But it's Thanos.
I know you see red and yellow on the front of like an eatery, and you're like, McDonald's. They couldn't do that. They had the gold one. Going expecting a burger then, I guess.
Tony Stark scoops or something. I don't know.
Infinity Cones. That's it was sort of funny that they had meow meow.
Meow meow.
Just sitting out in the middle of the town, basically under glass.
Yeah.
I guess because nobody could lift it. I guess that's
Yeah,
why
no one
it
could
could stay
move
out there.
That's why like it was like, which they still had the grass wherever it fell.
Yeah. So that
Right,
was sort
right.
of funny.
So they
Sort
can
of
move
funny.
the ground that it was on, but they couldn't move.
That's the whole thing. If you put Mjolnir in an elevator and then you hit the up button, like, I mean, does it is it gonna move? Is it not? You don't know.
I mean, you know about the soul of the elevator? Maybe it.
Maybe it was worthy.
Maybe it's a worthy elevator. Yeah, it's true.
It's a very nice old
Yeah.
worthy elevator.
It's very true.
I don't know.
Did anyone catch the irony of Thor going to see Zeus, wanting his help to stop the guy that's killing the gods, and then he kills Zeus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that.
But did he?
Well, he thought he killed Korg. So.
But that's
But
the
he
thing.
didn't.
No one's dead. So of
But he
course she
didn't
can come
kill
back.
Zeus.
She's not dead.
No, he
Zeus is
didn't.
Coming back.
Yeah, that was another thing. That mid-credit scene. I even thought it was dumb. And I thought Hercules looked stupid.
Hercules.
I thought he looked so dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb.
He looks pretty much like his Marvel counterpart.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it still looks dumb.
I'd have to see him again. It was such a blink and you'll miss it moment when you see him.
Yeah.
Like it happened so
You could
quick.
Google
That,
Plus, they teased Adam Warlock like 5 years ago. So maybe we'll see Hercules like in 10 years.
well, apparently, apparently both Taika Waititi and Chris Hemsworth, like when they watched the movie and saw Thor will return at the end, had no clue. They had. They're like, "Oh, really? Okay."
Did they think that was it?
Well, they had. I guess, like, at least they haven't necessarily signed on for something else. I mean, you think they would know, but apparently they were both like, "What?"
Were they
It just said-
specifying which
It just
Thor?
said Thor. Yeah,
That's
it didn't
true.
say which Thor.
Yeah,
It
it's
just
true.
said Thor.
Said
'Cause
Thor.
I mean, wouldn't you assume Thor would be back, right? But maybe they mean
Hemsworth doesn't
Mighty
want to do
Thor.
it, and Portman does.
Well, I mean, maybe both of them will be back.
Or it
It
could be
could
a
even be an
frog.
all new one. There,
Could be
yeah,
a
frog.
there-
Could be the goat.
Frog. It could be Beta Ray Bill. There's a Space Thor.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I thought when I saw Hercules, I was just like, I don't think I want to see him in a movie.
No. I mean, it wasn't like something to get excited about. It's a really strong, half-naked guy. Cool! I'm so stoked for that.
Well, that's very it's very much a comic book lover like tease because a lot of the people that read the comics because Hercules debuted in Thor comics and everything, and they've had like a big rivalry. They've both been Avengers. It's definitely a deep cut character where pretty much the only people that will be like yes are the people that loved Thor comics. That and the people that love the show Ted Lasso is the guy that plays Hercules is from Ted Lasso.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. And we talked about the end credit scene pretty much already.
Yeah.
She appears in Valhalla.
Yeah.
And maybe she'll come back. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they changed stuff in the comics so much. I just don't understand why they couldn't have changed that to make it a little bit more better. I mean, they kept touting it like, there's a new Thor in town and yada yada yada, and like Mighty Thor is appearing at Avengers Campus and this and that, but she's only in this one movie and then she's out.
You never know.
I'm guessing they just did this way to let Natalie Portman do whatever she wanted. Basically, like, we'll kill you. You'll have a great death scene. Act the crap out of it, and then we'll show you Valhalla. And if you ever want to come back, we'll bring you back.
Thor will return.
Maybe
one way or another. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like if it's the same team on the next one, I'm totally Disney Plusing Thor 5. If it's Taika going for Thor movie number 3, I'm like, nope, nah, I got a feeling I know what's going to happen with this one. So,
which I really loved Ragnarok. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to sound bad, but I think he's getting to the point in his career that he knows he can just do whatever he wants to, and he doesn't care anymore. He just does whatever he wants to.
Well, it could be a little bit of that.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think he just because he kind of disregarded a lot of like stuff that happened in past movies and stuff. I think he just wanted to make this specific movie, not really caring about anything else going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I can see directors of Marvel movies being, come on, do I have to like introduce this one character? Do I have to follow this one path because of something else that happened like 10 movies ago? Like
Sounds like a
I can see them being frustrated.
Star Wars movie.
At the same time, though, it feels like Phase 4 is completely disconnected and disjointed. I mean, it doesn't really feel like, outside of the word multiverse being mentioned in movies, that seems to be like the common thread. There's no like, because I was thinking about this, I was talking to my daughter about this earlier, about how perfectly Ragnarok fits as a puzzle piece. You know, where they end up at the end, they're out in space, their planet's been destroyed, the Hulk is with them, Infinity War starts, Thanos has intercepted them, Loki has the Tesseract. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if they got together and talked about how that movie needed to end so it would work with Infinity War, but it's like, wow, that movie, that end of that movie fits perfectly into Avengers and how it began.
Yeah. Well, supposedly Phase 4 is supposed to be just dealing with the aftermath of the last phase for each character, following kind of what's happened. Like with Spider-Man, it's kind of he's dealing with the fallout of like Iron Man being dead and all this
Are
stuff.
we ever going to figure out who Spider-Man really is, though? Like who?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think we'll ever know.
Okay, sorry.
The masked vigilante.
I heard this is Flash.
I hate that Spider-Man.
Flash Gordon's what I've heard. Not Flash Gordon, Flash Thompson.
Same diff. And then Doctor Strange, like he's kind of like you kind of catch that at the beginning of the Doctor Strange movie where the other doctors asking like, was this really the only way it could have happened? It's kind of dealing with that a little bit.
That was like a 5-minute scene, and then there was never. I mean, it was. I don't know.
Yeah,
they're getting sloppy.
Like WandaVision is doing.
It's going downhill. I mean, because I really loved Spider-Man, No Way Home, and then Doctor Strange, and I was like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And now Thor, I'm like, no. I feel like it's just going downhill. Like I'm not looking forward to the next movie because I'm like, am I going to hate it even more? Because so far, it's a downward trend.
Wakanda Forever, Disney Plus. Not going to go see it.
Get another comedy in Ant-Man. Come on.
Well, hopefully, it's a good comedy. Yeah.
I do think the shows have been really great, right? We can all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
And I said something like this, or I was starting to say something like this when we were talking Star Wars last week with our guest, and I said, "Do you think they'll make any more Star Wars movies?" And you're like, "Girl, they're making a new Star Wars movie." I was like, "Okay, never mind." But my point is like these shows are really great, and it's the same for Marvel. It's like they've really made it so that you get so much more out of these shows, right? You've got more time.
Yeah.
Because it's a show, it's a series. And it's, of course, they're not putting all their money into it. It's not like the quality is always as good, but as a movie, but man, some of the content is really good. And that's, just hearing you guys talk and thinking about it, it's like I've if anything, since the shows have started, the series have started, I think I've enjoyed those more than any movie that's come out. Now, there's probably something I'm not thinking of. I mean, because Spider-Man came out, I guess, but I didn't. I thought it was okay. I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't like this is the best Spider-Man ever, you know. And a lot of people said that, but that wasn't me. You know, it's like I feel like I've really enjoyed the shows for Star Wars, the shows for Marvel, including the new one that just ended this week. It was really cool. I don't really want a movie. I want more shows, I think.
Yeah. I was talking about that with my kids like earlier tonight because they were talking about like, what's better? Should the movies, should they, be making more movies? I was like, actually, I feel like they should be making no more movies. No more movies. Everything should just be like long format series because you can tell a more fulfilling story. You don't have to cut stuff out. You don't have to worry about length of time. And I don't know. I mean, movies anymore. I mean, like, obviously there's exceptions. We went to see Top Gun Maverick. That was awesome. You don't need to do a series on that. But when you're trying to tell bigger stories, like in this one, and we're saying we wanted to see more gore. We wanted to see more Jane Foster, her story, and so forth. It's like the movie's running time was under 2 hours, I think, with credits, and it's like that's super short to be trying to cram in all the stuff they're trying to cram in.
I could see them doing something because I mean, with the comics, you'll have like the individual issues and they'll keep going, but then you'll have this big annual issue where like the big event will happen, and it's just in one big, thick, longer book, and usually like team ups happen with that and stuff like that. So maybe if they do the shows like Miss Marvel, introduce the character, and then you have a big movie that comes out that's like a big kind of combination of various characters, a big event movie, like they're doing with the Marvels, basically.
Yeah, I could go for that.
No spoilers there, people know.
Yes.
So Vance Cope in our chat on the YouTube live, he said Shang-Chi has been the best Phase 4. Shang-Chi has been the best Phase 4 movie. I can agree with that. That was a really good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
It felt a lot longer. Had a really good story.
It was fun.
To it. All right.
I think it was a good movie because it was a new character and we didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I think with Thor, we knew what to expect and we didn't get that. We got some weird combination of everything. And with Doctor Strange, I was expecting something different, and we got that.
Well, it's weird because I read something that said that currently I think there's 25 movies and like 6 or 10 series for Disney Plus. And you start to wonder, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like with Star Wars. It's like, we're going to just keep throwing stuff at the wall. And for every Mandalorian, we're going to have a Book of Boba Fett. It's okay. We're still throwing stuff at the wall. Hey, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you might like that. How about Andor? You like that one? It's like, I don't know.
That's Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, they find something that makes money and they latch onto it until
it just doesn't feel...
Because
feel quite as
when Shang-Chi happened in this weird timeline that we're in?
It happened after the blip and everybody came back.
Because the end credit scene of Shang-Chi hasn't been resolved yet, right?
No, and that would have happened. That would have had to happen before Ms. Marvel. I feel like it probably happened around the time of the Spider-Man movie.
We're talking
somewhere
about the rings and them appearing and talking to him.
Yeah, I feel like it happened somewhere.
Because they're sitting at that.
It happened before.
They're sitting at that bar or restaurant, and then the thing opens up, and they're like, "Come with us." And then they leave, and that hasn't happened anywhere else. Like they didn't talk about it in Doctor Strange. They didn't talk about it in anything else.
In No Way Home, like Wong is like bouncing around everywhere.
Yeah,
so he's not around. So somewhere in there, I think that's where it's taking place.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've said this before with the Marvel movies. I liked when the Marvel movies, when you would have the end credit scene, would lead you into the next thing. And I don't think they've done that for a while now.
Yeah.
The end credit scenes have either been something weird that has nothing to do with anything, or something that may happen 5-10 years from now. Who knows?
Yeah. Or never happen. In the case of Eternals, it's like I'm not sure if that's going to go anywhere.
That's their movie version of the Inhumans TV show.
Yeah. So I wish they would have done like the end credit scene, or at least one of the end credit scene would lead into what's next. Which one's next?
Well, Ant-Man and
Wakanda Forever.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that because they have not like.
I haven't said
Yeah.
anything about it.
Maybe Comic-Con
There's
they'll have a
been
tease or
trailer.
something. But,
Yeah, you would think.
But honestly, I mean, unless I don't know. I told you before, Chris. I think I'm sitting out theatrical until Guardians. Just because, I enjoyed Doctor Strange well enough, but I felt disappointed by it, and Thor super disappointed me. So I'm like, and there's nothing in there that the internet was really going to ruin, other than Jane dying, or Hercules, which whoopee.
Hercules.
Hercules. But yeah, so I'm like, I can use Disney Plus. I can just wait. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse comes out at the end of the year.
Oh man,
I'll be there for that one.
Yeah,
unless it's Joke-a-Palooza.
Mr. Speederman.
Miles got your nose.
Vance says, I thought for sure we'd get a bigger connection to Miss Marvel. Close your ears, Ray. Especially then as the bracelets seem to be calling out like rings we're doing. Oh, okay, for Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Totally wasn't expecting who showed up.
Yeah, it seemed like the same thing, right? It had the bangle.
Well, there's definitely a link there. We could talk.
Honestly, if you guys want to talk about it, it's not like if I haven't watched any Miss Marvel, I'm obviously not chomping at the bit. So
yeah, this isn't gonna spoil anything, but there is a place where she goes to, and on the floor there's like a downward shot on the floor. You see a representation of the 10 rings.
I didn't even notice.
So there is some type of connection.
That makes sense.
Ruined.
Ray, I think you'll like it. It's one of those shows that you when you see it on the surface, you're like, what? It's a Disney. Like Ryan keeps saying, it should be on the Disney Channel. Like
it should be a Disney Channel show with murder.
But I just
every time I ask my kids, I was like, hey, you guys want to check it out? My daughter says the same thing. She's like, it looks like a Disney Channel show.
It's not though. Like I mean, it is in a way. It's almost more like a CW show, really. But but it's so good. Like it's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. What I really like about it is the graphics, like the way they represent stuff. Like there's artistry like throughout the show. Like, and when people are like texting back and forth, you're seeing it representation of.
I guess some of it I wasn't sure. I was like, kid superheroes. I mean, if she was like a little bit older, like if she was like 20, like a young adult, I think I'd be more vested or want. I might want to check this out. But it's kind of like, I don't know, kids in movies. So when Thor's kid army was in this, I was like, kids. So I was
Ray hates children.
This is good.
He does.
You heard it here first.
Except my own, if you're listening.
But again, I think the biggest thing is like you go in not knowing if it's going to be great or not. So I mean, you may, now that we've told you it's great, you probably go in and be like, this is stupid, But it's
I don't know. Maybe maybe I would like it.
It was good.
It's fun.
It was better than I thought.
I do like the actress they hired. Like I think she does a really good job. But she's like a super Marvel fan.
Really?
Like a huge Marvel. So like she is so excited. Like this is her like first job out of high school.
That's awesome.
And yeah, she even like a couple of years before this, she had a Halloween costume of Miss Marvel. Like she dressed up as Miss Marvel.
This is the girl in real life, right? Because I feel like from
bits
that I've seen, this is her on the show too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It is a Disney show. This is actually they made this girl in a lab and they've raised her to be a Marvel fan, just like all the other Disney children on their shows.
She can probably sing
until they escape.
Yeah, until they escape, and then they go crazy.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah. Didn't the guy that plays her friend? I think I read somewhere that he was one of the front runners for Spider-Man.
You talking about Bruno or the other guy that was?
Oh, I don't know.
Bruno.
Okay, Bruno. Brian.
Maybe, I don't know.
Brian.
I did see a headline. I don't know that he was in line for Spider-Man before, but perhaps moving forward.
I can
Like
see
if
that.
they do some kind of, I don't know.
Oh, I thought he tried out for
reboot
Spider-Man
or
and
something.
Tom Holland got it. I don't know.
Uh,
I could be wrong. It's the news. They're mostly wrong. So.
That's true.
Yep.
It's very true.
So okay, I don't know what else to say about Thor. I would say let's give it our one, or score out of 10, and
I'm predicting a huge box office drop this weekend. I think it's going to be 65 to 70% drop.
Yeah, probably. I can see that.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed Minions better than new Minions movie.
But see, that's the thing. It's like I went to see Thor. I didn't want to go see Minions, but I felt like I saw in Minions parts of the Minions movie. You got your Minions in my Thor movie. Minions
That's
are
the
fine.
title. You got your minions in my Thor movie.
I just thought it. Yeah, I thought it was weird that. I mean, I thought it was telling of the movie when, my mom and we both leave the movie and we look at each other and go, "What do you think?" And both of us, pretty much the same time, was like, "Man, I didn't really like it."
Yeah. It was getting close to the end, and my wife, I was sitting there, and she kind of like looked at me, and she was like, "I'm going to the bathroom." And I was like, "Okay." And so she went, and she came back, and as soon as the movie was over, as the credits started, she was like, "So?" And I was like, "That was not very good." And she was like, "No, it was not." And I was like, "Wow, you're actually pretty easygoing on movies."
Yeah.
And
Well,
I think she got
I'm
up
pretty
just
easy
kind of
going on
like,
movies.
"Oh, I got to get out of here for a minute."
Yeah. And my wife, I asked her about it. I was like, "So what do you think?" And she's like, "It's a movie." So
At the beginning, in the middle, and an end.
yeah. She this was her take on the movie. I don't know if she'll listen to this. I was like, "So what'd you like about the movie?" She's like, "Fit Thor." And
I
I'm
mean,
like,
even when he got his clothes blown off, I mean, really, he's got a tattoo on his back that says "Rip Loki." I mean, I was expecting like something on his butt, some sort of quip tattoo on his butt too, and I was just like,
You were looking real hard, weren't you?
I was like, "Can we pause it? I wanna." Really, come on. I mean,
Could someone pause it back there, please?
why don't you say "Rip Loki" and put his horns? Put the horns that he wears on my back. Yeah.
If only you knew there was a Loki still running around out there.
I know. This would have been the movie to like have him pop in.
Yeah, if only.
If only. Possibilities.
Oh well. Oh well.
We had cameos of people in the movie. We didn't talk about any of the cameos, right?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
And don't even
what,
get me started on that
another
one.
Hemsworth was the Thor.
Yeah, well, pretty much all of Hemsworth's family was in this. His brother, his wife played the Wolf Woman.
So funny.
that he made out with.
Oh, really?
And Korg is telling the story. Yeah, that was her. Yeah, and his daughter is Gore's daughter.
Oh.
That's actually Chris Hemsworth's daughter.
So he goes running
And
off
Gore's
onto
daughter
his
Love.
next adventure with his kid? That's his kid.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's his actual
there you
kid. And then amongst the kids that were kidnapped were like Natalie Portman's kids, Taika Waititi's kids, Christian Bale's kids.
So maybe that's why this movie is
They
the
had
way
the
it
same
was. Bring your kids to work
we,
day.
we all want our kids in this movie.
Made it for their kids.
Could we possibly do?
And Chris Hemsworth's boys both played younger versions of Thor.
And in this movie when they're running?
Yeah, in this movie when they're running, yeah.
So it's just a big family movie.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's fun for them.
Well, now you feel bad hating on it, don't you?
Yep.
No, I don't. I
They made
don't
it for their
actually at all.
kids. They made it for the love of their kids.
I still don't feel bad.
About orgies and everything. They made it for them.
Yeah.
That's right. We didn't even mention that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the juvenile. Hey, we're aiming for those kids. Hey, let's talk about orgies. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I going to see it with your mom. With all that's going on.
I told you it wouldn't be bad.
I don't know what else to say about it. I'll probably never watch it again.
Yeah.
That's my review of it.
Well, how did you guys feel about the daughter thing at the end? I mean,
I don't know.
You know, this guy that's been trying to kill you the whole movie, you're gonna now take his daughter and raise her. I kind of thought that she was going to become part of New Asgard. And again, this is where I feel like potential, right? Because you could have had, Jane die. So now Thor is sad. Her dad dies. She's sad. And you could have had, some poignant dialogue with Valkyrie about, she's hurting and you're hurting. Maybe you guys need to, like, lean on each other and, yada, yada. And Thor could be, well, she's the daughter of my enemy. And get past it and realize that, that they don't need to hurt by themselves. They can lean on each other and support each other.
Have time for that.
No, they don't have time for that.
They don't have
goats. They don't have time for that because Stormbreaker's jealous of Mew Mew. And we need to spend more time on that. So
yeah, if I'm being honest, which will probably make me sound like a horrible person.
Been honest.
Yeah, make me sound like a horrible person. I thought his whole the whole one wish, and the wish that he made, I thought it was stupid. I thought, oh, he's just gonna wish for his daughter back, and he's gonna be dead, and then Thor's gonna take, and then it happened, and I'm like, God, that was just sort of dumb. I was hoping that he would be like, I'm going to go to my daughter in the afterlife, and we'll spend eternity together. So I'm going to wish this upon this world, and something.
Or wish that none of this ever happened. Or
something, anything. But I thought, I'll just wish that my daughter will come back as I die. And
don't worry, honey.
You could have
These
one
two
wish.
Strangers are going to. Oh no, one stranger is going to raise you. The other one turned to dust.
Thought it was sort of dumb. That's just me. It's like, that's your wish, huh? Okay, one wish. There you go. Somebody didn't think this through. Because what was his wish going to be? What was his wish going to be? That all the gods would die?
Yeah.
That was his wish? And he was still going to die anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And then he changed it to where his daughter came back. But what if Thor was like, I'm not going to watch your daughter? So then he would have just brought his daughter back to just walk the earth alone, basically, as he dies.
They gave a nod to him.
Well, but after a week of her blasting holes in pancakes and stuff, he could be like, I'm done with you. Because it's Thor.
Back to the orphanage.
I love a laser girl. Yeah.
Hey, it's Derek. Hello, Derek Frank. Welcome to the show. You missed us.
Ragging on Thor.
Battling it out.
Well, where do you think it'll go if they do a fifth one? Do you think they're going to say that her species ages quickly and suddenly she'll be like 20-something? So he doesn't have to run around with a teeny tiny child carrying a gigantic axe? I could see her being like a teenager.
Or maybe he'll just go, oh, she's at summer camp.
She's back on New Asgard.
Yeah.
She's working at Infinity Cones. It's a summer job at Infinity Cones.
To me, I almost feel like they'll keep her and use her for the Young Avengers whenever they do that. I think they'll.
Oh yeah.
So Chris, in the comics, does this happen in the comics? Does he have like some kid that he's?
There is an alternate reality kind of comic that they even made like an animated movie on, where I think it's Ultron. Ultron basically kills the Avengers, but at that point they had all had kids. Tony Stark survives, and he ends up like taking them in, keeping them safe from Ultron because Ultron would kill them, and kind of raising them. So like Thor does have a daughter in that. It's not her name isn't Love, but her name does transfer to Thor's love.
Okay.
So it kind of works a little bit.
She's a hippie kid.
But yeah, and then it's all like the mini.
Well, what do we think about this? I mean, this Young Avengers thing, because it's like it starts to feel like this is going to turn into like a CW show where it's like, hey, we're all superheroes, but we're all like 20.
Thanks.
Yeah, I hope they don't go CW.
I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of like, I'm kid version Iron Man. I'm kid version Thor. I'm kid version Hawkeye. It's like I don't want to see that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little different than like because I mean it has Ms. Marvel. It has Wanda's 2 kids.
Yeah.
It has Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Okay.
Is in there. There is it's a younger version of the guy from Loki, the villain guy.
Okay.
Kang, yeah.
Oh.
But he basically wears an Iron Man suit instead. It's like a young
Chris,
version of
I'm
him
getting
before he
CW
became evil.
vibes, man.
Yeah, you're really selling us on this,
I'm
Chris.
getting CW vibes.
I don't know. I haven't really read the comics, but I don't know. They were apparently very popular. But yeah, I don't want them to pull Gotham Knights, whatever they're doing with that show.
Oh my gosh, like that. Oh,
Don't get me started on
it's
that.
gonna be Muppet Babies.
Vance in the comments says, "Too bad Doctor Strange didn't see Stormbreaker able to open the door to eternity and wish instead of Tony inventing time travel. He saw everything, so why didn't he see that?"
That was,
Yeah, he didn't go
that
that-
was also bizarro. I mean, Stormbreaker that was built in the movie to as a god killer, I thought, to kill Thanos, is on a piece of parchment that he has now found. Like this is like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, you know, here's a scroll that prophesies that the very hammer that you got built. What? Why wasn't that your first move? Why were you killing gods off screen? Why weren't you like going for this genie lamp to begin with? Why didn't Thanos go for the genie lamp? I don't know.
Because that wouldn't be funny or weird
they hadn't written that yet.
I think there was a lot of retcons in this movie.
Yes.
Like I said, yeah, I think
lot.
he just Taika Waititi just didn't really want to adhere to.
He really didn't want to make the movie. He was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do some fun stuff. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What are you gonna do? You know,
Maybe been. Maybe like, hey, they're gonna pay me. I get to hang out with friends.
come on.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
there we go.
Bring some kids.
And that's every Adam Sandler movie.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I still like some of those.
They are billed and made to be a stupid comedy. Thor: Love and Thunder was not.
It was.
Apparently it
Unbeknownst
was.
to us.
Unbeknownst to us, I guess. Yeah.
Unbeknownst
Like from
to
the
us.
get-go. Like if there was a Happy Gilmore 5, it would be the same as Happy Gilmore 1.
You know what you're getting when
You
you
know
get
what
like
you're
this.
getting
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
Man, 5 Happy Gilmores. Just think about that for a minute.
Woo-wee. Well, also too, I mean, as much as I liked Gore, the villain redeeming himself, it's just, oh my God, it's like Reva and Kenobi and like every movie or show that comes out now. It's like the villain has to like turn a corner at the end. It's like, just be evil, man. I mean, you're so awesome when you're evil. I mean, just be evil through the whole thing. Don't wait. Oh, that's right. I changed my mind. I don't want to be evil anymore.
Kind of happens in Ms. Marvel too.
Oh,
children.
God. Just villains. Just be a good villain. Thanos was a good villain. He didn't like go, you know what, Avengers, you're right. I shouldn't do this. I'm going to help you reverse what I did. That's why he's awesome.
Yeah.
Until you watch the What If episode. Wait a minute.
But that is a what if thing.
Maybe all of these have just been what if movies. Maybe that's Doctor
I
Strange.
mean, it's a multiverse now. You don't know where this is.
That's true.
Maybe this is a different.
It's all Loki's fault.
multiverse.
I thought we could retcon all of it.
What's the next Marvel show? Do we know? Oh, She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
That's branded as a comedy.
Yeah.
So if it is goofy, it's expected.
Oh, I thought it was like a Law and Order.
Like you said, it's a comedy.
Yeah, it's a comedy. Like She-Hulk will even like break the fourth wall, like Deadpool in comics a lot of times. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with it.
I feel like these movies are giving Deadpool 3 plenty of material.
There was some. He was supposed to be in Doctor Strange.
What?
Well, a version of him. But they pulled it.
What?
Did you see the picture? They had a picture of it.
No. Was it Ryan Reynolds?
I think it was.
Well,
I could be totally wrong, but I think it was a female Deadpool.
Okay.
Oh, Lady Deadpool.
Was the costume? Was the costume different or something? Or
I'd have to look again. I just briefly saw it on something, and people in the headline was like,
I mean, the comics, it's the same costume, but
Just
"Yeah, I
ponytail
think
or
she
something.
had
hair
hair."
out.
I could be wrong. Don't quote me on
that
that.
would have been amazing.
I am looking forward to the next Deadpool. Yes. Because supposedly it's like a Disney hands-off approach. They're just going to let them do their Deadpool. Hope, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see. We shall see. And there's also, this is a little news, rumors of them maybe hiring someone to play Mr. Fantastic. And it's not
Besides
who everybody wants to play Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, more than likely they're gonna do a whole new hire. And
That's dumb. Maybe Krasinski doesn't want to do it. I'm fine with that.
I mean, even his guest appearance was supposedly like a last minute thing.
Yeah.
They were going to have a different character there altogether, and that fell through. And so Kevin Feige was like, "Hey, why don't we do this? People love."
But now that we've seen him as him, I don't want to see anybody else.
Supposedly they wanted Tom Cruise for Stark, but I guess
that was one thing.
Schedule
Something
was
else
crazy or something with Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
he's too short.
Apple box, man. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was a picture of him and Cable. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, it was him and Cable. You're right, Vince.
Deadpool and Cable.
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere in there on a wall or something.
Excellent.
Okay. All right, I don't know what time. I don't know how long we've been going.
A little over an hour. Hour 15, so we're good.
Wow, we're good. All right, I think that pretty much wraps up Thor. This was an unusual roundtable because we were down the middle pretty much. I'm usually on the side that likes the movies, but this one I just usually right.
Welcome to my side, Ryan.
You've brought me to the dark side, Ray.
Expect better, Ryan.
It had kids, and you both hate kids. So.
I don't hate kids. I love kids.
Yes.
The adults that hate. I'm just kidding. So I'm looking forward to Comic Palooza this weekend, and hopefully we'll get a lot of cool stuff. Hopefully, if Katrin and Chris will make me do it, because I tend to just wander around at these things and look at everything. Hopefully, we'll have some TikToks. We'll have some Facebook lives, some Instagram lives, some. Can we do YouTube lives? I don't even know.
Yeah, of course.
So hopefully, I got some lav mics that we can wear and we can walk around and talk. I haven't tried them out. I need to do that probably tonight to make sure they work. But we can just plug them into my phone, and
I just thought of a fantastic thing you need to do. If you do that, you need to go around and ask people to pronounce the name of Thor's hammer.
Meow meow.
And see how many people can do it, and how many people say meow meow or something.
And
ridiculous.
when they get it right, I'm just gonna go, I'm sorry, it's wrong. It's pronounced meow meow, and then just walk away.
No, you just need to do that one comedian's thing and just go no, yell in their face. And
no,
Billy,
hurry for $1, tell me Thor's hammer's name. No, and then
I'm telling you, you'll get some good responses.
And then my costume has changed yet again. Well, you guys know, but from the last time, I will not be going as Mr. Knight because that didn't come together.
Oh.
I will probably not even be donning my Star Wars Caucasus because it's just a lot to put together. And put on.
I wouldn't mess with that.
So I'm going. Do you want a sneak peek?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Yeah. Ryan is stepping away for a moment.
He spins around,
and all of the stuff is falling off
his picture. Yeah.
So, yeah. This is great content here.
My picture fell off the wall.
We yes. And he can't hear
we saw it happen in real time.
We should have probably ended the podcast for this part.
I thought I got decapitated by a picture behind me.
We saw, yes.
Yeah. All right. Here is who I will be donning. What?
Nothing. It's not. Go.
We'll have to describe it to the listeners.
Yes.
Oh, he's going as Deadpool.
No.
I hope someone
That's
says that.
yes.
They probably will.
Is that
I'm
Iron
going-
Man?
Who are you? I don't know who you are. I decided to go DC this time
Red Hood.
and do the Red Hood.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's not. I'm going to weather it a little bit. I've decided to weather it a little bit. But so far, what do you think? What do you think of the
it
hood?
looks
It
cool.
looks good.
Yeah. That's good.
There you go.
For those listening, you'll have to check out our YouTube, iamGEEKshow, and see the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So hopefully it fits. And I've got the white eyes that I was going to use in Mr. Knight, but I can put in here, so he'll have the glowing white eyes. So, and I got the leather jacket and the red bat.
Mm-hmm.
Why does he have a bat symbol?
The trick Batman.
Well, he didn't at first. That was before he got back with the Bat family.
Oh, okay. I have.
And then when he got back with them, he started wearing the
Oh, okay.
Bat symbol.
Was
I-
the Joker not Red Hood at some point though?
Yeah. Yes.
That's where Red Hood started
Yeah.
out. Red Hood was a villain persona that was passed amongst various criminal organizations. It's almost like a fall guy, basically.
Yeah.
They would
So this is.
hire someone with the red hood on to be, that they would leave behind after robbing someplace, so they
Yeah.
would take all the blame.
I think this is Chris. I'm doing this for Chris. I know Chris loves all the Batman stuff. This is Red Hood Rebirth. I'm pretty sure.
I believe so. Yeah.
Jason Todd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, Jason
There you
Todd. Red Hood.
Yeah, I know something. But I'm sort of excited because I think it's like a sort of a cool outfit.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've got 2 guns and 2 like
Guns ablaze.
I sort of painted them. I know that his guns probably aren't painted like this, but I thought, what if I painted the red and black and have the symbol on them? I thought that would be sort of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have the Chris is like, well, that's not accurate to the comics.
Whatever. I looked
Guess
at
it's
it.
okay.
And then so I've got the holsters that go on each of my legs. Yeah. I've got and I have little bat symbols that say I'm Geek showing them that I can hand out to people.
Yay.
Awesome.
You'll throw at them.
I might. Might just throw one.
Don't do that.
All right. So there we go.
Also,
There you go.
We'll leave it with this. Van said, I mean, it's only 125 degrees in Texas right now. Perfect cosplay weather.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
baby.
it'd be great.
Yes.
That's why I'm dressing up as Master Roshi, in shorts and a Hawaiian shirt and flip flops.
perfect.
And I'm going to be hot in a leather jacket, but we'll be inside.
We don't have to go outside to get there.
No, that's one reason I was like, okay, leather jacket. Yes, it'll be warm, but we'll be in the AC, so I'll be fine. It'll be cool.
It will be cool.
I hope I look cool. I'm sure I'll get the Deadpool, but whatever. I think it'll be better than the year that I tried to pull off Crossbones from Marvel.
The terrorist, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Should be more people should recognize me as Red Hood, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Come
Who
on.
even knows, Ryan?
It's gonna be all anime fans there.
That's true.
That could be the other thing that you could do. You could like team up and be like, hey, who is this? And then see what they say.
Yes.
That's true.
Ooh, we should do that.
Oh, it's Deadpool. Wrong. Run away.
And then you slap him in the face.
No dollar for you.
Man.
All right, I'm looking forward to a fun weekend. Not just because of Palooza, but I get to hang out with Katrin and my brother. I wish Ray you're going to be there, but oh well, you got
One
to
of these
run.
times, man. One of these
Yeah.
times.
But so the 3 of us are going to have a fun time. I'm going to try tomorrow. Oh yes, we should just go as 3 amigos. That won't. Yeah, that should be fine.
That'd be amazing.
You're in Texas.
Three Oprah
Not
amigos.
offensive at all to anyone.
Not offensive.
I'm wearing short.
Tomorrow I'm going to try to go out and buy you guys some earplugs for the hotel.
Oh yes. Yeah.
You're staying at a murder
Yeah, I should
hotel? Is
do
there lots
that.
of screaming and stuff? What's going on?
I scream in my sleep.
Like a goat.
Yeah. Ah! Beavers
Oh,
and
my
ducks.
goodness.
If you can name the movie that came from, then you get a iamGEEK Gold Star. Beavers
Is
and
it the
ducks.
Great Outdoors? I don't know.
That's what I was gonna say.
Or Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah.
Something with John Candy in it.
No, it's not.
Something Canadian.
That's right.
No, it's got the guy from oh,
You don't even.
That's how you say, do you not know
Sling
the
Blade.
answer?
Just
the
made
guy
it up.
from Sling Blade's in it.
The White
Oh,
Yoakum?
Billy Bob Thornton.
No, the
Billy Bob Thornton.
yeah, Billy
Is it
Bob
Bad
Thornton.
Santa.
No, it's
John Ritter?
no, I forget. Look it up.
Wow.
Anyways,
You don't even get a gold
I
star.
don't even get a gold star. Thank you guys for joining us on YouTube Live and Facebook Live, and thank you for listening to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Join us on all social medias at iamGEEKshow for coverage of Palooza and all kinds of stuff this weekend. Thank you, Ray, for coming on and being on my side.
Of course.
This time. It was great. I think we won. I think if we got points, I think we got the most points.
I don't
Wow.
know. I feel like on this, that we were not definitely not the winners. We
Yeah, that's
just
true.
left the losers.
Yeah.
Chris and I won because we enjoyed ourselves.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
had fun.
Oh,
You
all right.
decided to be whatever.
Depressed. Yes,
Yeah.
that would be the correct word for how this movie made me feel. Anyways,
Old man on your porch screaming.
Thor,
Brother!
get these kids off my lawn. That's what the God Butcher should have said when the kids were fighting. Get these stupid Thor kids off my lawn. They didn't.
No.
Another missed opportunity.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. That was probably one of the jokes that they cut out of the 4 hours of the movie.
Yeah, probably.
All
I
right.
can see why.
For Kate and Chris and Ray and myself, this has been Meow Meow. I'm Geek. Episode 244. We'll see you next week. We'll see you this weekend at Comic Palooza, and next week we'll be back with something new, something fun, and of course, something geeky here on I Am Geek. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Meow meow. Meow meow.
I think it got in there. 'Cause I hit the stop recording right when you did that.
Meow meow.
Got half of a Mia.
We're still on YouTube. Yeah, I figure we could say hi to some folks. We
YouTuber.
got a few folks.
Hey, I
sticking
don't know
around.
if Derek's still in there and Vance, if you're still in there, but thanks for all the comments tonight. They were fun. Looking back to see if I missed any. Yes,
yeah.
Minions did just trample Lightyear.
Oh God, yeah.
I wish I
Oh,
had
yeah.
watched that one in the
Yeah.
theater. I'm so mad.
It's. Did you see Lightyear in the theater?
I
KJ?
did. I
You
hated
did?
it. Yes.
Oh, I have
We
not
went-
seen it.
We went
I
to
have not
Thursday night. It came out. We're just like, yes, we love Toy Story.
Yeah, but see that was one where, man, when that teaser came out, because I mean, when I had heard they were making it, I was like, oh my God, Lightyear movie. But the teaser came out, and it kind of looked like it might be a really cool sort of sci-fi flick, and I was like, oh, okay, so maybe this is about the guy, the real astronaut, which now I hear that it's not about the real astronaut. It's like a movie that was made that Andy saw or some baloney.
Exactly.
And then the second trailer comes out, and there's the cat, and there's his crew of goofballs, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the typical.
Waititi.
And there's Taika Waititi. I mean, he's everywhere, man.
He
You can't
is.
do a movie without, or do anything
Yeah.
without the guy. And it just looked like tonally, I was like, oh, well, this doesn't look like a cool sci-fi movie anymore. This looks like a typical run-of-the-mill animated film where it's a bunch of people who are goobers that don't get, fish out of waters that have to work together. I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna wait for this. And then it started tanking. It started tanking like Mir sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
Meow, meow.
I was like, oh wow, that's.
I think this is the Vance said the cat was the best part. Yes, it was.
Oh really?
Okay. Yeah.
That's bad.
It was really funny. But this was a movie that if they made it into a show, I think it could be really good. Like
Oh yeah.
to make a
Okay.
series out of it. The movie, I don't know. It was just almost too serious in some ways. It did have its funny parts and goofy parts, but it still was like when you think about Toy Story, and like a kid seeing this movie in 1996, it's like, because that's the idea is like this is the movie that came out that why Andy wanted to have this toy, and it's and so this was made in 1996 supposedly, right? And it's like this would not be a movie a kid would go watch and enjoy, right? It's like you didn't think this through all the way, right?
It would not be a movie that was made in 1996.
I know, yeah. So
See, that right there
shouldn't have said that.
is a horrible setup for the movie.
And they said it at the very beginning of it too.
It should have just been like, like he was a real astronaut.
Yeah.
In the Pixar universe, he was a real astronaut, and I don't know, like Buzz Aldrin or whatever, and went on his adventure, and because of that, I don't know, there was renewed interest in the space program, and from that they created a television series and a toy, and they merchandised the crap out of it. And they could have had a scene where they talk to like the Chris Evans Lightyear and try to get him to be the voice to the toy, and he refuses. So they hired Tim Allen.
Sounds like the Chip and Dale movie.
I always thought that the cartoon was what
not canon
made him like or want the Buzz Lightyear, because I love that cartoon was good.
Yeah,
that wasn't Tim Allen either.
No, but it was good.
That's Patrick Warburton, right?
Yeah, it's Patrick Warburton.
Like
it was a good cartoon though.
The way what they did with Zorg or Zurg, whatever his name is, I just thought that was stupid, and like it just didn't make sense when you see the Toy Story movies, and it just what. So,
well, without giving anything away, it does like you told me kind of what happened, and I watched something online to see what happened, and it sounds like they took a Flash plot line and made a Lightyear movie.
Oh somebody's been watching. He's reverse Lightyear or something. Oh God!
Is that what he is really?
No, not reverse.
Yeah, not real. Like, yeah.
It's just stupid.
That's all. I was like, oh, they took that, didn't they? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Harrison Ford. Happy birthday. Didn't mean for you to call.
Yeah, he's 80 something now.
No.
80.
He's 80.
Can't really tell because of the glare of the light, but that is.
Yeah,
that's cool. I like
half Han Solo, half
Indiana Jones.
One of you bought that for me, didn't you?
Chris? I didn't buy it.
I got it for you at Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah, there you go.
It's even signed by the artist. I don't know who the artist is, but it's signed. It hangs right here so I can see it all the time.
That's cool.
Throw around my present that I bought you like it's nothing.
It jumped off of the wall and tried to kill me.
Did.
Oh no.
You guys read all those rumors, right, about Space Mountain? This was before it came out, about Space Mountain getting rethemed to Lightyear because there's something in Lightyear that looks like Space Mountain, and that was because I guess they're redoing Tomorrowland and Disneyland. They're gonna that's set for an overhaul. It ain't happening now, though. I bet.
Yeah, I hope they're rethinking it.
So I heard a rumor today. I hadn't heard it anywhere else, but that they're looking at putting the
People Mover
back in at Disneyland.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Since the other thing that replaced it didn't do well.
Lightning rods.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever get to go on the lightning rods? They were only there for like one summer.
No, I've never been to Disneyland.
Oh, I got to ride them actually. My wife and I waited in line for 3 hours to ride them, and they were cool. But I mean, it was kind of like, imagine the People Mover had less seating capacity and was a 3-hour line and went marginally faster. I was like, oh, this was sort of a letdown.
And did you see the new feature of the Disney app now? I can't think of the name. My Disney Experience app.
Yes.
You can mark your parking space.
That is cool.
Yes,
which is cool. People are like, can't
cool.
you just like take a picture? I'm like, but man, you don't have to. Like, it'll tell you. You know, I used it last time I went by myself.
Instead of going to your camera, you can go to the other.
I went by myself one time and I drove or whatever, and I marked it in Google. So I mean, it's like I just followed my Google walk. But it's like it's pretty cool because it actually tells you what space you're in.
That's awesome.
And then the section, of course. So that's pretty cool.
Well, I'll tell you. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I was telling Chris that when we were there in June, I was like, a master of the My Disney Experience app. I was like using that thing so much, and it was so great. We like were mobile ordering food. We had never done any of that before, and that was awesome. Did the virtual queue for Guardians and the wait times, and it always worked really well. Always had a fast connection. I was like, good on you, whoever programmed this app. It's actually.
Did you like Guardians?
I loved Guardians.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Did it make you queasy at all?
No.
Oh, good.
No. I got to ride it twice in the same day, actually, because we had extra magic hours. So virtual queue opened at 7 in the morning. And we got our time. And then after that virtual queue closes, there's one that opens at 1. And that you have to be in the park for. But if you have extra magic hours, there's another virtual queue that will open at 6. So we got to get into that virtual queue and ride it in the evening. So we got 2 rides on Guardian.
There you go.
Without having to pay any lightning lane baloney or nothing like that.
I want to ride it, but I get motion sickness so easy.
Well, it's funny because my wife gets sick. My wife gets sick on boats, or so she claims. I mean, but we've been together for like almost 30 years, and I've never seen her on a boat. So when she said, "I get motion sick on a boat," I'm like, "When have we been on a boat together?" But my daughter gets motion sick sometimes in the car, and we were all fine, all completely fine. My nephew got a little motion sick, but nothing, no hurling or anything like that. But
the only ride that's made me queasy is actually the Harry Potter ride at Universal.
Okay.
Yeah, that one can get you.
In the castle, and I think it's because it's very kind of stuffy in there, even though it's indoors, and I'm sure they have air conditioning on, but it's very stuffy, and it's very dark, and they're twirling you around. And especially last time I went, because we still had to wear masks, so I had a mask on, and it was warm and stuffy, and then it's just like twirling you around so much and like doing all this kind of thing. It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I feel like Guardians.
But I still went and ate a Homer donut.
It's so fun. That's all I can say. It's just pure joy. I mean, they got the music and so forth, and I feel like even the spinning and some of the ups and downs on the coaster are kind of going with the music a little bit. It's just awesome. It's like super awesome. I told my family afterwards, I was like, at any moment, no matter what I'm doing, if you were like, hey, you could be doing this, or you could go on Guardians of the Galaxy ride, I think I would always pick the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. I even told my daughter, I was like, if it was your wedding day, and I had the opportunity to go on the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, I might ask you to wait 5 minutes while I go on the Guardians of the Galaxy.
See you at the reception.
See you at the reception.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. That's all I can say.
Well, cool.
I want Chris to text me as soon as he gets off. After
he'll be throwing up. Yeah.
After I'm puking, like, it was great. I'm gonna do it again.
Oh, he typed well, that's weird.
And sent the green splatter. Like, I don't.
All right. Well, I think YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah.
I think we're calling it a night. Here on iamGEEK After Dark.
We'll see y'all later.
See you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.